Kent slipped to their third successive defeat in this season's T20, losing to Essex by 47 runs at the Spitfire ground, St Lawrence in Canterbury. James Treadwell inserted after winning the toss and would have been pleased that Essex didn't get off to the absolute flyer they'd managed in their defeat to Middlesex at Lord's on the previous evening. Having said that, it still didn't take long for Hamish Rutherford to strike the first six of the match. That came in the third over when he clipped Fernand Philander rather effortlessly. Philander responded by bowling Greg Smith at the start of his second over and the fourth overall to end the opening partnership on 34. Rutherford made a name for himself with a big 100 against England in the winter, and he is a player who certainly knows how to hit a cricket ball, as Matt Coles was the latest to find out. Essex received some criticism when Graham Napier came in at number 9 against Middlesex. Now in at 3, he lasted only 8 balls before clubbing Treadwell to Alex Blake with only 3 runs to his name. Then Adam Riley trapped Rutherford in front on the sweep in the next over, the 8th. The Kiwi was gone for 29 at 55 for 3. O.A. Shah has hardly impressed since returning for the IPL last month, but he did here. This is his famed shot, and it brought him his first 6 off only his 4th delivery. But the Spitfires kept plugging away with important wickets. Darren Stevens struck with his first ball to have Ravi Pipara, well held by Sam Billings, standing up to the stumps. That left the Eagles on 75 for 4 with less than 9 overs to go, but Shah chose this day to be at his best. He swept Stevens over the square leg boundary and followed that up in the bowler's next over before clubbing Mitch Claydon for 2 more off successive deliveries to go to his 50 off just 32 balls, an innings with only 1 4 in it, but 5 maximums. That meant that Ryan Tenduscarter played second fiddle, although he also batted well in a 5th wicket stand which was worth 74 runs in only 7.5 overs. With 9 balls of the innings left, Tenduscarter was run out after being sent back by Shah, Billings and Philander combining to complete the dismissal. Shah, though, then took his collection of maximums to half a dozen in the last over, the bottom hand of the batsman coming into effect this time. Claydon reacted by bowling Shah for an excellent 38 ball 59 as Essex ended on 164 for 6 from their 20 overs. Spinners Treadwell and Riley the pick of the Kent attack. The Spitfires then made the worst possible start to their reply with Sam Northeast bang in front to Napier first ball. But the home side made steady progress thereafter through the power play overs, by the end of which they had 30 runs on the board with Rob Key looking in good nick. But Kent needed to keep wickets in hand. Instead, though, they lost Billings, who found Smith in the deep off Reece Topley in the 7th over. And after Stevens had come in and blasted a rapid 19, 17 of them coming in 1 Tenduscarter over, he was crucially bowled off the bottom edge by Pipara. A wicket was left Kent on 61 for 3 after 9 overs. That left another 104 to get off the last 11, and Blake immediately went on the attack after he arrived at the crease. But Kent were still behind the 8 ball, and things unravelled rather quickly once the Key on 26 was held at long on by Smith off Tim Phillips. It was 93 for 5 in the 13th over when Blake was another who couldn't clear the rope off the spinner. Topley with the catch this time as the batsman departed for 19. Coles was then brilliantly caught by James Foster off Pipara, and the game was rapidly slipping away from the Spitfires. With 4 overs to go, they now needed 54 to win with only 4 wickets left. Make that 3 after Ben Harmison was bowled by Topley, who then had Philander held by Napier on the long off boundary in the same over to just about end this match as a contest. Indeed, Napier then finished it off in the 18th over with 2 wickets in 2 balls. He judged a catch off his own bowling well to get rid of Treadwell. And then he had Claydon caught behind as Kent slumped from 82 for 3 to 117 all out in 7 overs. That gave Essex a victory by 47 runs and left Kent still looking for their first win in this season's competition. They soon have a chance to put that right, however, as they travel to Uxbridge on Sunday to take on Middlesex.